What if one of the most powerful exercises for staying steady on your feet, walking longer, and keeping your legs feeling young after 50 was something you could do right next to your kitchen counter in under a minute? No machines, no floor work, no intense workouts. Just a simple movement most people overlook every single day. In this video, I'm going to show you what really happens when you start doing calf raises daily, and why this tiny habit could make a huge difference in your balance, circulation, and independence as you get older. One of the biggest physical changes that happens after 50 isn't always dramatic or sudden. It's subtle, gradual, and easy to overlook, especially in the lower legs. The calf muscles, which sit at the back of your lower legs, play a major role in almost every step you take, yet they're often ignored in typical exercise routines. These muscles are responsible for helping you push off the ground when you walk, stabilizing your ankles when you stand, and supporting your balance when your body shifts position. When they're strong, movement feels smoother and more controlled, but when they weaken, everyday actions can start to feel less steady without you even realizing why. Every time you take a step forward, your calf muscles contract to lift your heel and propel your body ahead. That push-off phase of walking is powered largely by the calves. If those muscles don't have enough strength or endurance, your stride can become shorter and slower. You may begin to shuffle slightly or feel like your feet are heavier than they used to be. Over time, this can make walking longer distances feel more tiring, even if your heart and lungs are doing just fine. Strengthening the calves helps restore that natural spring in your step, making movement feel lighter and more efficient. Balance is another area where calf strength becomes incredibly important with age. When you're standing still, your body is constantly making tiny adjustments to keep you upright. Many of those adjustments happen at the ankles, and the calf muscles are key players in that system. They help control forward and backward sway, especially when you're on uneven ground or shifting your weight from one foot to the other. Weak calves mean slower or less effective corrections, which can lead to that unsteady feeling people often describe as being wobbly on their feet. Strong calves also support the smaller muscles and ligaments around the ankles. As we age, the joints can become less stable, and reaction time can slow down. If you trip slightly on a curb or step on an uneven surface, your lower legs need to respond quickly to keep you upright. Well-conditioned calf muscles are better able to handle these sudden demands. They provide both strength and control, which helps you recover your balance more easily instead of feeling like you're about to tip over. Another benefit that often goes unnoticed is how calf strength contributes to confidence in movement. When your legs feel strong and stable, you naturally move with more assurance. You're less hesitant on stairs, more comfortable walking outdoors, and more willing to stay active. That confidence can lead to more daily movement, which then supports overall strength, joint health, and independence. It becomes a positive cycle where stronger calves encourage more activity, and more activity helps maintain strength throughout the rest of the body, especially in the hips and thighs that also play a role in balance and walking mechanics, creating a foundation that supports safe, steady movement throughout daily life and all the small physical challenges that come with it. One of the most important reasons to strengthen your calves after 50 is their direct connection to fall prevention, which becomes more critical with each passing decade. Falls are rarely caused by just one big dramatic loss of balance. More often, they happen in a split second during a small misstep, like catching your toe on a rug, stepping off a curb awkwardly, or turning too quickly in the kitchen. In those moments, your body relies on quick, coordinated muscle reactions in the lower legs to steady you before gravity takes over. The calf muscles are central to that rapid response system. When you begin to lose your balance forward, your calf muscles contract to pull your body back into alignment over your feet. This action happens automatically, but only if the muscles are strong enough and trained to respond quickly. If the calves are weak or slow to engage, the corrective movement may not be enough, and you're more likely to keep tipping forward. Regular calf raises help condition those muscles to fire effectively, improving your ability to make those fast, protective adjustments without even thinking about it. Your ankles also play a major role in balance recovery, and the calves are deeply connected to ankle control. Every time you shift your weight or walk on an uneven surface, the muscles around your ankles make tiny corrections to keep you stable. Calf raises strengthen not just the large calf muscles, but also the supporting tissues that help stabilize the ankle joint. Better ankle stability means fewer sudden wobbles and a stronger base when your foot lands in an unexpected position. Another key factor is reaction time. As we age, the speed at which our muscles respond to balance challenges can slow down. That delay, even if it's just a fraction of a second, can be the difference between regaining your balance and falling. Doing calf raises regularly helps maintain neuromuscular coordination, which is the connection between your brain and your muscles. You're not just building strength, you're reinforcing the communication pathways that tell those muscles to engage quickly when needed. Calf strength also supports better control during everyday movements that often lead to falls, such as turning, stepping backward, or reaching. These actions shift your center of gravity, and your lower legs must adjust instantly to keep you upright. If your calves are conditioned, they provide a more reliable anchor for these movements. You may notice you feel less shaky when pivoting or more secure when stepping down from a low step. There's also a confidence factor that ties directly into fall prevention. Fear of falling can cause people to move more stiffly or cautiously, which ironically can increase fall risk because the body isn't moving naturally. When your calves are stronger and your balance reactions improve, you tend to feel more secure on your feet. That confidence encourages smoother, more fluid movement, which is actually safer and more stable. Over time, those daily calf raises act like ongoing training for your body's balance system. You're repeatedly practicing controlled ankle movement and muscle engagement, which carries over into real-life situations. Instead of your lower legs being passive passengers during a trip or a stumble, they become active protectors, ready to step in and help keep you upright during the unexpected moments that are simply part of moving through the world. As an active adult, circulation in the legs becomes a bigger topic as we get older, especially for people who spend more time sitting or notice their legs feeling heavy, tired, or slightly swollen by the end of the day. One of the most overlooked helpers in healthy circulation is the calf muscle. These muscles act like a natural pump for your lower body. Every time they contract, they help push blood from your lower legs back up toward your heart. That's why they're often called the body's second heart, and it's also why simple daily calf raises can make such a meaningful difference. When you're standing or sitting for long periods, gravity makes it harder for blood to travel upward from your feet and ankles. Veins rely on muscle contractions to help move blood along. Without regular muscle activity, blood can pool in the lower legs, leading to that heavy or sluggish feeling many people over 50 are familiar with. By performing calf raises, you're rhythmically squeezing those muscles, which gently compresses the veins and encourages blood to flow upward more efficiently. Better blood flow means your leg tissues receive more oxygen and nutrients. Muscles, skin, and connective tissues all rely on steady circulation to stay healthy. When circulation is sluggish, legs may feel more fatigued, and recovery from daily activity can take longer. Regular calf raises help keep that flow moving, which can translate into legs that feel more energized and less weighed down even after a busy day on your feet. Improved circulation can also help manage mild swelling in the ankles and lower legs. While persistent or severe swelling should always be discussed with a healthcare professional, many people experience minor fluid buildup simply from inactivity or long periods of sitting. The pumping action created by calf raises supports the movement of both blood and other fluids through the lower legs, which may help reduce that puffy, tight sensation around the ankles. There's also a comfort factor. When blood flow is better, people often report fewer aches and less stiffness in the lower legs. That's because waste products created by normal muscle use are cleared more efficiently when circulation is strong. Instead of that lingering tired or sore feeling, your legs may recover more quickly between walks, workouts, or even long periods of standing in the kitchen or garden. Daily calf raises are especially helpful because they're easy to do frequently. You don't need special equipment or a long workout session to get the benefits. A few sets spread throughout the day can keep the calf pump active on a regular basis. This is particularly useful for people who travel, sit at a desk, or watch television for extended periods, as it gives circulation a gentle boost without requiring a full exercise routine. Over time, supporting circulation through consistent calf muscle activity contributes to overall leg health and comfort. When your lower legs feel lighter, less swollen, and more energized, it becomes easier to stay active. That activity further supports circulation in a positive cycle, helping you maintain mobility and comfort as you go about your daily routines and continue enjoying the movements that keep you independent and engaged with life. As we get older, stiffness in the ankles and changes in posture can quietly affect the way we move, often without us realizing how much things have shifted. The ankles are meant to be mobile, allowing the foot to roll smoothly from heel to toe with each step. When that motion becomes limited, walking can start to feel more like shuffling than striding. Daily calf raises gently move the ankle joint through its natural range, helping maintain flexibility and control in a part of the body that plays a huge role in smooth, confident movement. Each time you lift your heels during a calf raise, your ankle moves into a position called plantar flexion, and as you lower back down, it returns toward neutral. Repeating this motion regularly helps keep the joint from becoming stiff, especially for people who spend a lot of time sitting. Limited ankle mobility can force other parts of the body to compensate. Knees may bend differently, hips may shift, and your stride can become shorter and less efficient. By keeping the ankles moving well, calf raises help preserve a more natural walking pattern. That smoother walking pattern affects more than just comfort. When your stride flows properly from heel to toe, your body absorbs and transfers force more efficiently. This reduces unnecessary strain on the knees and hips, which is especially important after 50, when joint wear and tear may already be present. Strong, responsive calves help guide this motion, working together with mobile ankles to create a steady, controlled step instead of a flat, heavy foot placement that can jar the joints. Posture also connects closely to what's happening lower down in the body. If the ankles are stiff and the calves are weak, people often shift their weight backward onto their heels or lean forward slightly to feel more stable. Over time, these small adjustments can influence alignment through the knees, hips, and lower back. Strengthening the calves supports a more balanced stance, where your weight is distributed evenly through the feet. That balanced foundation makes it easier to stand tall without excessive tension in the back or hips. Better ankle mobility and calf strength can also make everyday movements feel easier and more controlled. Think about stepping up onto a curb, reaching for something on a high shelf, or bending slightly to pick something up. All of these actions require subtle ankle adjustments to keep you steady. When the ankles move freely and the calves are strong enough to control those movements, you're less likely to feel off balance during these routine tasks. Stairs are another great example. Climbing and descending stairs demands both ankle mobility and calf strength. You need enough range of motion to place your foot securely and enough muscle control to lift and lower your body safely. Regular calf raises train both of these qualities at once, which can make stairs feel less intimidating and more manageable over time. By supporting ankle mobility and encouraging better posture, calf raises contribute to a walking style that feels smoother, lighter, and more natural. Instead of feeling stiff or cautious with each step, your body can move with better rhythm and alignment, helping daily activities feel less tiring and more comfortable as you continue to stay active and engaged in the routines that matter most to you. One of the most powerful parts of doing calf raises after 50 has nothing to do with intensity, fancy equipment, or long workouts. It comes down to consistency. Small, regular actions often have a bigger long-term impact than occasional big efforts, especially when it comes to maintaining strength, balance, and mobility as we age. Calf raises are a perfect example of this. They're simple enough to do every day, and that steady repetition sends your body a clear message that these muscles are still needed and should stay strong. As we get older, the body naturally starts to lose muscle mass in a process called age-related muscle decline. This doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't mean weakness is inevitable. Muscles that are used regularly tend to stick around and stay functional much longer. By doing calf raises daily, you're giving those lower leg muscles frequent reminders to stay active and engaged. Even a small number of repetitions done consistently can slow down strength loss and help preserve the ability to move confidently. There's also a neurological side to consistency. Every time you perform a controlled calf raise, your brain and muscles are practicing working together. This strengthens the communication pathways that control balance and coordination. When you repeat that movement day after day, it becomes more automatic and efficient. That improved coordination carries over into everyday life, helping you react more smoothly to changes in surface, direction, or pace while walking. Daily practice also builds endurance in the calf muscles. It's one thing to be able to perform a few strong movements, but everyday life often requires muscles to work at a lower level for longer periods. Standing in line, walking through a store, or spending time in the kitchen all ask your calves to stay active. When you train them regularly, they're better prepared for these ongoing demands, which can reduce that tired, achy feeling in the lower legs at the end of the day. Another benefit of a daily habit is the boost in confidence that comes from knowing you're doing something positive for your body. When people feel stronger and more stable, they're more likely to stay active. Overall, that might mean taking more walks, joining a class, playing with grandkids, or simply moving around the house more freely. This extra activity further supports strength, heart health, joint mobility, and mental well-being. A small daily exercise can become the starting point for a much more active lifestyle. Calf raises are also easy to attach to routines you already have. Doing them while brushing your teeth, waiting for food to heat up, or holding onto the counter while making coffee makes consistency much more realistic. You don't have to set aside a special workout time to get the benefits. This convenience removes one of the biggest barriers to exercise and makes it more likely you'll stick with it long term. Over weeks and months, these small daily efforts build on each other. The improvements may feel subtle at first, but they add up to stronger legs, better balance, and a more comfortable movement. That steady progress supports independence and helps you continue doing the activities you enjoy, giving you a greater sense of control and capability in your body as the years go on and life continues to offer opportunities to stay active and engaged.